Hi, love. It's Billy Lightwalker. Welcome in. Thanks for joining me. I wanted to share a little bit about forcing the vision, forcing our creation before it's been fully prepared or ready, and our connection with home, the land, this planetary network of consciousness, this Christed energy of currency that is flowing through the magnetics, reaching out to us. So I wanted to share a very metaphysical to the mundane experience, where the worlds are coming together to support our journey here, because there's no separation from one or the other. However, there are very practical approaches we can take to bring these realms together for our creative vision to rise. So I want to share with you how my experience with home connected to a leading pilgrimage, connected to Rennes le Chateau in France, connected to purchasing my first home for my family. So I was in my garden, and I had come to a point where it had been collecting and gathering in me this sensation, this knowing that it was really time for me to claim this vision, this creative heart pathway that I had been holding for many years. And that was to finally begin leading women on sacred site journeys, pilgrimages. So it kind of accumulated in me to where I just had to put my prayers down on the earth. I put my hands down on the soil in my garden, and I called in my soul to anchor the message, anchor the wisdom, and allow my soul to speak for me, to say the words. And what happened was a sacred seal opening within me that was this divine timing, and it was ready to connect to the earth. It was ready to connect to that planetary grid of consciousness that had moved me to that location for my grid work, for unveiling what was to be next. As I put my hands on the garden and the soil, and I just allowed these prayers to flow, these invocations from the heart, from the soul, and awakening my soul fire from within to expand out around me through my hands into the earth. And, I called on the highest collaboration of light with Mother Source to hear and witness and send this prayer to the highest timeline. So within months after that was sealed, I co-facilitated my first retreat. And then within a few months after that, I had finally curated and gathered with women that I led through sacred ancient sites in England and France. And while in France, at Rennes le Chateau, there's this beautiful hilltop overlooking the valley and the mountains, and the tradition goes that if you stand up there and speak clearly what your heart desires, that the universe will hear it and it will be delivered to you. But to take it seriously, and because you have to as well be prepared to receive that. So while I was there, I did so, opened my heart, called in that channel of the divine flame, the sacred spark within, and my soul connected with Mother Source once again, as always. And I called in that it was time for my family and I to own our own home. We have been traveling caretakers for many years, curating and connecting with the lands of others' homes, and speaking to their land even when they weren't aware to, and just connecting these grid locations. It was many years of grid work for our family, and so this was the moment that I felt very called to claim that for us. Well, within 6 months, we got the opportunity to purchase this amazing land, this home, this homestead, and it was a shock, but it was also it felt very familiar and in right alignment. So when we put our intentions into the land and open that space of prayer that is not just hoping and dreaming, but in clear alignment with the soul and our path, the vision we've been given, the creation. So it's not just desiring to want, because once you put that out there, you walk the path of preparation to receive it. So there was many months in between each of those sequence of events where there was a lot of release and coming to meet myself and honor what I saw and honored what was ready to be dissolved, so that I could not only embody and integrate these new experiences with the earth in my mission here, but also to connect, collaborate, and communicate with the consciousness, the currents of energy moving through the earth, and be able to move and flow and adapt with this field of energy, because it's definitely not stationary. Even though we found ourselves in this home place that we are caretakers and stewards of now, and connect with the spirit of place in a whole different way. It wasn't a magical manifestation, meaning that it didn't happen automatically. The magic was a very quiet underflow that had its presence in a very laid out divine mapping. So it was a lot of coming to meet trust and just knowing that prayers are answered, and our prayers with the earth and how we commune with these forces, these natural forces, want to move through us. And so when we receive a creative vision, whatever it is, there's no need to force it. It's only getting into right alignment with the atmosphere of its higher purpose, and understanding that when you're being called upon to be a guardian for this vision, that there are aspects of yourself that you will meet that need to be dissolved and again put back into the earth. So I hope this helps, and I'm always having more to share. It's such an intricate experience, all the material that wants to come alive and be seen as we move through these energetics of these sacred nodal points on the earth, and bringing them back home. It's all just like this circular spiraling connection, and it's not that one place is more aligned than the other, but there are these encoded places along the earth that have been for many centuries, thousands of years, being connected to with clear intelligence that is speaking and guiding to us now, assisting us along the path that we can reclaim and build not only with just our creative visions that light us up and bring peace to our hearts to share, but that we are rebuilding new sacred sites on this planet and allowing them to come alive, allowing these currents and magnetics to speak through us. So have a great day. Look forward to seeing you again soon.